one is going to be one of considerable controversy because the bell could have possibly saved Bobby Watts. Okay. The timekeeper was under the assumption that he could not be saved by the bell. The rules for this fight that I have in front of me say quite clearly that the bell could save you. And there you are. The fight has been stopped despite the fact the bell was not rung on schedule. So we've got something to argue about. Oh, my goodness. So some confusion between the officials and the timekeeper as Marvin Haglar stops Bobby Watts. Now here's the end of the fight. Watts goes down, and again it is the right hand to the side of the head that drops Bobby down for the second time in the fight. Now, at that point, as Watts started to stand up, if he had taken an 8 count as required under the rules, the bell would have rung and should have rung at about 4 seconds into the count. But the bell did not ring, and as a result, the fight was stopped. But it may have all been academic anyway, because Haglar had really ripped away at Bobby Watts in the second round. So we'll be back to talk with Marvelous Marvin from Portland, Maine, in just a moment as he stops Bobby Watts out of the 1970s and into the 1980s. Congratulations, Marvin.
First of all, Keith, I'd like to say thank God for my strength and the courage that he gave me to win this fight. Also, this fight was dedicated to a good sparring partner of mine, Andre McCoy from New Bedford, who was in the amateur plane there going to Norwood and the Pollock team there. So I'd like to dedicate this fight to him.
I knew Andre was a fine young man. Tell me about the second round now. You got him about midway of the second round with a couple of right hands that made the rest of the round relatively academic, I thought.
Well, really what I wanted to do was set this man up and put his lights out solidly. I was kind of scared of going 10 rounds with this guy here because I figured that they'll take it from me or either it'd be a draw or something real close. So I couldn't make it that way, so I had to hurt him. And while I knew that he was hurt, I stayed right on top of him and kept him working.
This is Haglar country. They're not going to have any draws and take anything away from you up here.
The first time I went over to Philadelphia, you know, that's the city of brotherly love.
Right.
I felt like I beat him then. So now I told him, I said, well, now you come in my backyard and see how it feels.
Let's have a look at the first knockdown. Midway of the second round. Were you surprised he was that flat-footed in front of you?
Well, he trying to knock me out in the first round, throwing all good shots. You know, he was really trying to scare me with those punches. But by him being tall and awkward and whatnot, I missed kind of a lot of shots, and you see him moving back.
Here's the right hand that really hurt him. The first one shook him. But here, I think you really popped him with it.
Right in between. Yeah. Those are some good shots. It was just a matter of time. I wanted to really put him out solidly, but, you know, those days I seen it in his eyes that he was shook, so I just kept the pressure on him, hoping for the knockout.
Do you, I don't know if you're really totally aware of it yet, Marvin, but the timekeeper apparently was a little confused as to the fact that under Maine rules, a bell can save a fighter. In other words, you don't get the count on through the bell, so at about the count of 4, the bell should have rung, but it didn't. So you could well have been called out for round number 3, but as things worked out, I guess maybe it was the best thing.
I think it was the best thing for Bugaloo because right then I just zoned right in on him, and I had his moves. I was waiting for him to throw some more of those jabs. The first round, he's come out, like I told you, trying to bomb me, trying to scare me, you know, but I've been hit by some harder punches and everything in there, so I knew I would eventually catch up with him within 10 rounds. What I like to do now is try to stay busy and stay active, and hopefully that one of them guys, maybe Vito Antiformio or Alamenta, give me that return, give me a match at the championship again. I think I'll do a lot better.
Here's the second knockdown. Let's take a look at it. Marvin, did you indicated you felt you had him hurt here.
Right. What I wanted to do was set him up for the straight left hand, too. But I seen the shot there with my right hand, so I just took it. There's a left, solid, right on the head. Now I'm opening him up, waiting for him to come up. And what I did with antiphomia, when I fought the antiphomia, I was moving backwards. But now I learned to move in. And this is what me and my trainer's been working on.
You're getting a heck of a lot of leverage out of that straight right hand.
Oh, yeah. That's what sets him up a lot of time. And I'm looking for the big punch, but he was a smart fighter. I fought him before 10 hard rounds, so he kind of knew my style a little bit. But I've changed over the 4 years. I've got better.
I get the feeling, too, that with this confidence, there's come a discipline, a pace. When you had him in trouble in the middle of the round, you didn't get wild at all. You just simply waited.
I think it comes from experience. I've learned that, you know, because sometimes when you get over anxious and everything and start throwing those big bombs, your man still hangs in there. I think that what you should do is try to go with more speed. Keep as many punches in his face and keep him as woozy as possible until